All right, you guys, I kind of feel like it's time for some real horror. So, 5 disturbing videos from around the internet. Volume 9
of 2025, in a hospital somewhere in the Ukraine, a soldier was brought in with a mysterious illness, and none of the resident doctors could initially pinpoint what it could be. So one of his fellow comrades began to record to document his symptoms.
He touched an
main
alien.
complaint being that he felt like he couldn't breathe. That is until, in the conversation, he explains that he was bitten by a stray cat 4 months prior. And with this newfound knowledge, it was clear that he had rabies. And with 4 months for this virus to mutate, he was basically a walking dead man.
No.
Leaving the doctors feeling helpless. Take a look.
Oh my goodness.
Глоточок сделай, глоточок.
Я не можу глоточок
А
сделати.
чого? Боїшся чи що? Зроби глоточок.
Добре?
Що не
Говорить нічого, зараз настрою.
Давай, настрой. Глоточок, не треба багато.
What?
Все, тихо. Сядь.
They could just give him an IV.
Фамилия, имя, отчество.
Фортуна Андрій Васильович.
А?
Фортуна Андрій Васильович.
А? Присядь. А чего? Чего ты задыхаешься?
Now it should be noted that rabies gives you the sense of hydrophobia, meaning fear of water. This is because drinking any liquid will result in painful spasms because the virus accumulates in the salivary glands and it wants to be transmitted. And that's exactly how this poor man got infected. However, there is one procedure that rabies victims have found success in, and that's called the Milwaukee Protocol, where they put you in a medically induced coma in an attempt to protect your brain until your body can produce antibodies. And out of 70 attempts, this has only been successful 10 times. And even then, survivors required extensive rehabilitation and had long-lasting neurological issues, which is why rabies is the most deadly virus known to man.
That's scary.
In 2023, a Venezuelan drug trafficker named Ronaldo devised an intricate scheme to defraud his cartel superiors because he was tasked with transporting over $10 million in narcotics by boat. But when he arrived to the cartel with no narcotics, he explained how he was chased by the Coast Guard and had to dump everything in the ocean in order to get away. And due to his rank, they seemingly believed him. And while he was away, he returned to the dump site and retrieved all the narcotics and took them to a nearby Caribbean island, where he then gathered his men to sell it all and reap the benefits. That is until, according to sources, one of his henchmen told the cartel. And even after he changed his identity, they quickly found him. And in a cruel twist of fate, they tied him up to an anchor and drove him out into the deep ocean and dropped him.
He's very, very calm. Like, knowing what's about to happen to him. Oh my goodness.
But that's not quite where the story ends, because Ronaldo didn't say anything in the video. In addition, the camera never pans out fully, and this led many to speculate that what if this was a way for Ronaldo to fake his own death? Because after his change of identity didn't work, this would be the next best thing. And if the men were loyal to him, he could have bribed them to set up the video and leave the anchor untied to him, and he could potentially be on some Caribbean island with no threat of the cartel looking for him anymore. But as it stands right now, he's considered no longer with us.
He's too calm. I feel like he
The following
did some
video
other things.
was emailed to me. However, it didn't come with a source, so it's impossible to validate. And in it, the person recording comes across an abandoned house in the middle of the woods when a baby's cries can be heard echoing through the woods. And it definitely seems like whoever's recording is reacting to it by cautiously approaching. But it seems the closer he gets, the further away it sounds. Take a look.
I don't like it. No, I don't like that. I would be searching
Now,
the
Hollister,
entire
it's
house
hard
for
to
the
say
baby.
whether or not this is a prank or someone possibly trying to lure them in closer. But my theory would be that
They would get me.
the lyre bird, because these birds can mimic almost any sound that they hear.
Oh,
I'll play a short clip, and then you can give me your thoughts.
okay. This bird would drive me crazy. Because I would search for that baby. Not even knowing that it's a
On
bird.
January 22nd of 2023, Nasalia Alma was working out alone in her apartment building when she saw someone at the entrance that she thought she recognized, and he motioned over to her to let him in, and thinking that he just didn't have his key, she went ahead and opened the door for him, and he almost immediately attacked her. But with no one around to help her, she immediately went into defense mode, because what he didn't know is that Nasalia was an avid gym goer and extremely strong for her size. Using his weight, he managed to push her to the ground, where she put him in a headlock and dialed 911. The entire encounter was captured by security camera. Take a look.
Let's see this. So she pulled out her phone while she had somebody in a headlock. We're going to need to take some defense classes. Okay. This is a creep. Do they know each other? It feels like it.
Thankfully, she managed to get away unscathed. And as for the attacker, Xavier, he was quickly apprehended in less than 24 hours and charged with sexual battery, false imprisonment, and kidnapping. And during his interrogation,
Why does that look
he
like my
admitted
cousin
he
or
had sexual
something?
intentions because he thought she was pretty. As for Nasalia, she's currently a personal trainer for other women and hopes that sharing her story will inspire others to
Well,
take
I hope she's
self-defense
learned some
classes and to
self-defense.
never give up.
Okay. Because that was not getting it.
On
She's lucky.
February 13th of 2017, two young girls were walking a historic trail in Indiana on their way to a predetermined pickup spot where one of their fathers would be there waiting. This is when they came across an old railway bridge. which
I used to
is a
jump
common
off of
attraction
those,
for
the
locals.
trestles.
But as they began to cross it, they noticed that they were being followed by a strange man. But with nowhere else to go, they pressed forward, quickening their pace. But he only seemed to be matching their pace. Feeling extremely uneasy, one of the girls began secretly recording to try to get the man on camera. However, Liberty and Abigail were never seen again. But this video would be key evidence in finding the attacker 5 years later. This video
Ooh.
was hidden from the public as to not contaminate the case, but has recently been released in full. Here's that video.
Aww.
See, this is the path that we go down. There's no path going there, so we have to go down here.
The case itself struggled to get leads until September 2022, when a misfiled lead was found. This tip was brought by Richard Allen, who said he was there that day and saw the two girls. But due to a clerical error, he was marked as clear. The following month, he was charged with both murders. The video itself helped verify parts of his story, and while incarcerated, he admitted to the crime over 60 times. In addition, a spent bullet casing helped put him behind bars for 130 years, which he is now trying to appeal. But what angers me most is that some people are still advocating for his innocence, and I honestly hope he gets what he deserves in jail.
All right, you guys, this one was a tough one. If you enjoyed it, please let me know in the comments below, and I will see you in the next one.